Welcome to the Arkham Files, an actual play Call of Cthulhu RPG podcast, featuring Seth Morrison as Tallahassee Turner.
Say, hey Billy, let's run out in the forest together. That worked out for me really well last time.
Abel Morrison as Detective Billy McConnell.
You've seen what we've seen. That dead light and the butthole monster.
Donovan Ballard as Dr. Simeon Can't Stand Ya Bits.
What in the world? Where did you find that?
Peter Morrison as Dominic Druncard.
We did establish there's no flamethrower, which is a crying shame.
Sam Morrison as Major Frederick Aloysius Bakersfield.
As soon as the going gets tough, the Tallahassee gets going.
And I am your game master, the keeper of arcane lore, Alex Morrison. Now grab onto some dice and your sanity. Let's roll.
Hey, nice suspenders you got there.
He looks at you and he goes, well, thank you. They are, they're alright, I guess. No, not so bad suspenders yourself.
Well, I've been through many adventure with these things. I am Dr. Simeon Can't Stand Your Bits. And you are?
Excellent. Nice to meet you. My name is Percival Warthrop.
Bullshit. Sorry, fans. We'll bleep that out or cut it out completely. Nice to meet you, Percival. Can I get you a drink?
Sure, why not?
What's my boy like?
Me? I always like a fine scotch.
So does my man, Dom Druncard. Dom, why don't you bring a scotch over here with you?
All right.
For my boy Percival.
Ezra, can we take 3 scotches? Neat.
You look over at Robert Morgan, who's sitting there, and he's giving you this look.
Sorry, 4 scotches. Neat.
He's gesturing with his head, and at the kid.
Robert, is there something wrong with your neck, man?
That's nice of you to ask. There actually is. Nothing a good stiff drink couldn't cure.
I order 4 scotches neat, and I personally carry one over to Robert Morgan, and I whisper to him as I set it down. What are you getting at, old man?
That's the kid. That's the kid I was telling you about. One's been hanging out over the Wildthroat place. You know.
Does he look familiar to you?
No. But I drink a lot. I don't know. I don't recognize him. But I don't remember any Percival Walthrop. There's Pellinor, but he never had a son. Not that I knew of.
Thank you.
Hey, Dom, where are you with those scotches?
Yeah,
Cheers.
No problem. I leave. You got all 4 of them for me. Oh, thank you.
Yeah, and I walk back to Ezra.
I'm a thirsty boy.
I'm gonna need 3 more. I bring 3 scotches over to the table. 1 for Simi, 1 for Percival, and 1, obviously, for myself.
Percival, this is my associate, Dom Druncard. And then...
Mr. Druncard, nice to meet you.
Nice, can we join you?
Well, as long as you bring the scotch, why not?
Cheers.
Cheers.
It's a lot of scotch.
How you doing, Percival? I'm Billy McConnell. I bring the bottle over and...
You guys were having a party then, gentlemen.
So,
how you doing, McConnell?
Were you... Percival Warthrop, you were related to the Warthrop people that own the place back on the hill?
Oh, over there. Yeah, I was related to the people that lived there.
Well, I'm sorry to hear about their untimely demise.
Yeah, well, it was a long time ago. I'm just here, looking into it, seeing if there's anything left for the old, for the old Walthrop family. What about you, gentlemen? What are you doing here in, New Jerusalem?
We're looking for owlbears.
Nah, notice what he called it.
Oh.
Owlbears.
Good call.
Well, Can't say I've seen any of those around here.
Where do you, come from, Percival?
Around. All over. Can't even really remember at this point.
Are you here by yourself, Percival? We heard there were several other people from out of town in the area. Are they with you?
No, I'm just traveling alone. Like I said, I came in to look into the old estate, see if there's anything left worth salvaging here. But from the looks of it, I have wasted my time. I will most likely be moving on soon.
You didn't happen to pass that accident at the campsite, did you?
No. An accident, you say? What do you mean?
We pulled over to a campsite, and there seemed to be weird markings and blood spots all over the trees. Somebody roll a psychology on it.
Where exactly was this? Where exactly was this?
The campsite just north of here.
North of here. That's interesting. No, I haven't seen that or heard anything about it. But you said just north? If you just follow the road, what, you would see it?
You should. Yeah. So,
We heard that, Dr. Pellinor Warthrop had a very interesting occupation, something that the locals referred to as monstromology. Do you, have any experience in this area?
I'm sorry, I don't know anything about that. That sounds crazy.
I'll use my previous roll of 5 on psychology again on him.
You're gonna need to roll again.
Dang it. Thought that would work.
I'm rolling too.
19 out of 75. Hard success.
He's lying on that one, you can tell.
I grab him by the suspenders.
We think you're lying. In fact, we think you're carrying his child.
You've got me. He puts an eye patch on. That's why I've been dumping these scotches into this plant behind. That's not good for the baby.
Stop.
That's pretty good. Oh, that's a good one.
Ask him about New Jerusalem. Why'd you call it that?
Yeah, Percival, how you liking it here in New Jerusalem?
Well, it is rather quaint, I suppose.
Yeah, it's pretty small and, relaxing. Pretty here in the trees, huh?
I guess you could call it relaxing. The trees are nice, I guess, but...
Oh, sorry, I misspoke. I meant New Salem.
Oh. Yes.
We haven't heard a lot of people call it New Jerusalem.
I assumed that it was what you meant.
Sure
No?
you did.
I'm sure I've heard quite a few people call it that since I've been here.
New Jerusalem?
Yeah. I just assumed that's what they called it. I thought maybe they called it New Salem just for short.
Yeah, I don't believe you.
I believe you, but my Tommy gun don't.
Speaking of monstromology, have you ever seen anything as unusual as this?
And I pull out the picture of the 3 anthropophagi and I slam it on the table.
Oh, man.
Psychology!
This is what we saw at that. This is what was
Dom
seen
Druncard pulling out the full
at
house.
the
Yeah.
campsite
Boy.
just north of town.
It's 3 monsters over trees.
All right, and I look closely at his reaction, and so does Simi, because he's got way better psychology than me.
Oh, we're all like hovering. We're like,
He looks down at the picture. Again, why don't you guys roll a psychology check?
73. Success.
43. Success for me,
Fail.
too.
Okay. He is shockingly composed when he looks down, but you do notice a slight widening of his eyes when he looks down at this picture.
What do you think of those pictures?
He
Do
says,
you have any idea what that could be?
where did you get this?
We found it at the
Remember the
campsite
campsite?
north of town,
Put
surrounded
it away.
by blood and dragon.
Put it away, Englishman.
I slowly put the picture back in my pocket.
Tell me about
Alright,
it,
he looks
Percival.
around to see if anybody else. What do you know about that? What is this?
We know that we came here. We saw something in Arkham that we couldn't explain. And
Well,
we
it's
had a
it was
clue
butthole monster. We can explain that.
that we would see more unexplainable things, dangerous unexplainable things, up here in New Jerusalem.
Well, like I said, Peveril.
Did you just call him Peveril?
Peveril. Percival. Look, Percival. Look, I'll be honest. We're here to destroy those things. All right. What do you know about them?
What
You
can
seem to
you-
know something about them. What do you know?
Tell us.
He looks around and he says, am I right, you have a room here?
We have 5. We're only using
Now
2.
he looks shocked. This is the first time he's looked sincerely impressed. He's like, wow, that's impressive, because I thought that would be significantly more expensive.
Yeah, why don't you come up to our room real quick? We'll talk about this.
Yeah, let's go. Come on.
Leave that bastard cat
All right,
here.
so he gets up, looking around. He drinks his whiskey real quick, gets up and heads. You guys head back up to
All
the
right,
room.
I follow behind him, and Simi can go in front, so he can't run away. I
Will I
also,
run away?
Okay.
I drink
Oh,
both mine and Simi's scotch.
All right, you guys head back into your room and you close it.
Shut.
Yeah, and he looks around and he's like, look, I don't know who you are. You say you're hunting these things.
Yes.
Is that right?
Yes.
Correct.
Well, I suppose that is one thing that we have in common.
Oh, thank heavens.
That is also what I am here to do. Look, I don't know why these things are here. They should all be dead.
What do you know about them? Start talking.
These, whatever this breed is, I don't know anything about it. But I don't know what is wrong with this town. This shouldn't be possible. We exterminated these years ago. And somehow something that looks the exact same winds up back here again. Do you believe in curses?
I do. Tallahassee steps out of the shadows.
He's naked.
Oh, Tallahassee Turner. And the secret curse.
He's eating delicious baby carrots.
I see you've read my book.
Look, I never thought I did. I didn't think. I thought all of these things were just flesh and blood. Biology. Aberrant biology, yes. Which is the study of monstrumology. But biology and science nonetheless, but something is wrong with this place. Bad things happen here, bad things are drawn here. Somehow, these things are here. And I'm here to stop them. I'm here to kill every last one of them. I hunt monsters. And I hunt them whenever I can find them. Wherever I can find them. Somehow it's brought me back here.
You mentioned that you exterminated these here before. So you've been here before.
Yes.
And how long ago was that?
I grew up here.
Oh my gosh.
We came from Arkham,
Yes. As did I.
and there was a man there, you may have heard about it in the news, named Bernard Corbett. He was putting together and essentially breeding any kind of abhorrent monster he could. He's the one who led us here. He wrote some letters to a local named Mordecai Shep, and we have a feeling that those two are the cause for this current infestation, as you seem to call it.
I think there's going to be a lot of other people here. I've heard a lot of stuff about newcomers in town. I think there might be some crazy cult here looking for the same stuff we're looking for.
But not to destroy it.
Yeah, not to destroy it. But we want to kill them all.
Does any of that sound familiar to you?
Yes, it does. Nothing about this Corbett gentleman, but these other people up here looking for it, they're actually the ones I followed up here. I have some connections, and I heard rumors.
What can you tell us about them?
All I know is that they're a group of people who seek after these types of things of the occult, monsters, creatures, anything seemingly from the outside, as you might call it. And that's why they're here.
We had some ideas
know.
going up to the cemetery tomorrow when it's daylight to investigate. Perhaps safety might be best in numbers.
Come sleep with us in this one room.
We're going to take turns on the beds.
On one condition. I get Big Spoon.
Well, snap too. I'm ready.
That's alright, I prefer a little spoon. I'm Tallahassee turn.
Hey, that wasn't me.
How do you know you're the same? Let me ask you something, Percival. Bakersfield, when he was talking to Corbett said it's good to be violent with these things. Let me ask you something. Are you thirsty for blood? Are you thirsty for violence?
Always, Doctor. Always.
Then let's go kill some owlbears.
Yeah, you guys are all bedded down for the night. Everybody's taking a rest, except Percival offered to take a watch. So at some point in the night, Percival's taking a watch. He's just up in a chair, reading a book that he found on a shelf.
Okay, so Dom Druncard gets up and he comes over and sits or stands against the wall next to where Percival Warthrup is.
Hello, Percival. Or you mind if I call you Percival? You mentioned during our conversations last night that you have a fair amount of dealings in this sort of occultish realm. Is that correct?
Well, I would say I've traveled somewhat. I guess you could say that.
I was wondering if during your time, at any point you'd ever met or heard of a woman named Fiona, perhaps her son named Sam. If you've ever met them or heard anybody mention them.
In what context, where might I have run into these people?
I'm not exactly sure. To be perfectly frank, Fiona's my wife and Sam is my son. I've been searching for them for many years now. Maybe going over a decade at this point.
What happened, Druncard? They take off on you in the night?
We lived in London. I just worked standard labor job. My wife came from money, at least that's what she told me. But I never met her family. Her parents weren't too chuffed about her falling for a dock worker, if you know what I'm saying.
Oh, I know how that is.
Sorry about that. But, one day I came home and I found the house empty. I expected them there. There was a lot of blood. Seemed like more than you could expect from two people. But they were nowhere to be found. and there was a symbol burned into the floor in our sitting room. Very unusual symbol, and I've been searching for them ever since. The only thing I could find out was, after all my searching, was the symbol represented something to do with ancient gods and the occult.
Do you know what that symbol looked like?
Yeah, it looked kind of like many overlaid stars.
Here, why don't you draw it out for me? Like you said, I've been around the block a few times, Druncard. I've seen a few symbols, I've heard a few occult tales. I never was one to put much stock in that, more of a man of science myself, but a lot of people do believe in that, and that's kind of the more dangerous part about it, I always thought.
So Druncard draws out the symbol. It basically it's a circle, and inside the circle it looks like kind of 3 different stars overlaid each other, kind of offset, with some trailing off lines and circles at the ends of a few of them.
This is what the symbol looked like. I've never been able to find much information. When you go to the coppers and you report your wife and your kid are missing, and you're the last one to see them alive, I'm sure you can guess who everyone points the finger to. I couldn't spend much more time in London after that, but I've never given up the search.
He takes it out of your hand as soon as you show it, and pulls it up and gets a look on his face. Where did you find this?
Like I said, I came home. The house was empty. It felt empty. You know the feeling. It's more than just an absence of sound. But when I went into the sitting room, that symbol was burned into the floor.
Okay. Now, Druncard, your wife's last name, I mean, before you got married, obviously, it didn't happen to be Devereaux, was it?
Why would you ask that?
Because if it is, and with this symbol you're showing me, I think maybe this is something you should just let it go.
I've been looking for my family for 13 years. I don't think at this point I could let it go. Here in the middle of New Salem, looking for monsters with a bunch of blokes I just met. I'm too far down that rabbit hole.
Alright, Druncard. This symbol's from the Order of Scorpius. From a family of witches that go back hundreds of years. The Devereaux family.
I don't know what to say. I searched and I searched, and it was so strange to me for so many years. I never met my wife's family. She just told me that they didn't approve of our marriage.
Well, I think you can say that's for sure. If from the look at this and from what you've told me, it looks like maybe her family wanted her back real bad.
Do you have any idea where I might find this Devereaux family?
This is in London?
Yes.
Oh yeah, there's connections here in New England. Right here in Massachusetts. A place called Salem. You know, the place with all the witches?
I think I...
Sounds like you got 99 problems, Druncard. And a witch is one. Look, the Devereaux have ties in Salem. They originally obviously they come from France originally. But they moved to England, London. Some of them came over here. Just about anywhere you're going to find stories of dark magic, you're going to find the Devereaux and the Order of Scorpius. Look, I know this is probably something you can't give up on since it's your wife and your kid, but I gotta tell you, this is not gonna be an easy path for you to go. And this is gonna be dangerous. Like I said, I've never been somebody to put a lot in occultism and magic, but if anybody believes it, it's the Devereaux. And so, you start getting into their business, they're gonna notice.
I hope they do.
Look, Druncard, I'll see I got some contacts I'll get in touch with. See what they say.
I'd be much obliged.
Alright, why don't you try and get some sleep? I think we got a big day tomorrow.
Alright. Thank you. Thank you again, Percival.
Sure thing. As Dom, as you head back over to go to bed, Percival takes another look at the symbol that you drew, and he throws it into the fire.
What you doing back here, son? What you doing back here? Ain't nothing here. Ain't nothing here.
Wake up around, or Ezra comes and just kind of knocks on your door around 7, giving you guys a little wake-up call.
And hey, this is your wake-up call. 7 a.m.
What do you do?
What's up, Ezra? How you doing, buddy?
Good. Just busy out in the kitchen. Come on down to the tavern when you want breakfast. I got one of those grand slams waiting.
Dibs.
Double dibs. That sounds good. I'll have that.
All right, everyone. Rise and shine. 0700 hours. It's time to get up and get on the road.
I think we should go get some chow.
All right, I get up and I throw my clothes on and I head down to the tavern.
Throw your clothes on. Hold up. What?
Bakersfield always sleeps in the nude.
Sleeping in the nude.
You guys see Percival's not there. He looks like he got up before you guys and headed out.
Do we find him down in the tavern?
Are you guys heading down into the tavern?
I'm heading down to the tavern. I
Yeah,
don't know
let's
about
go
you
down and
guys.
get some grub.
Yeah, head down to the tavern.
Yeah,
But
let's
you
head
guys remember the deadlight? How we had it in that box?
Yeah.
Where did we end up hiding that?
That was under the bed.
Was keeping it under the bed?
Naked Bakersfield was snuggling it.
So you're the
So
deadlight
we're just
now?
gonna leave it in the room?
Okay.
Should
No,
we
we're
go put it
taking
in the truck.
we're taking it everywhere we go.
Taking it with
I ain't
us,
letting
right?
this thing out of my sight.
I'm kind of.
Yeah, that is something I wanted to make sure about where you guys were keeping the deadlight. You guys go out. You head down the stairs into the tavern area. You see, there's a fair number of people there that have gathered. It sounds like maybe this whole Grand Slam thing is starting to catch on. I mean, it's all in a skillet and it's like served right to your table.
Oh my
It's all
gosh.
sizzling. I mean, all that in one breakfast. It just seems crazy that they could offer that for $1.99. Just kidding. That's expensive. In 1920s. All right, you see Ezra. He's moving around. He's helping people out. There's a few people in the room. You see Percy's down there. Percival. He's sitting at a table. Just finishing up a small breakfast. You see Ezra over. He's talking to a woman with her what looks like her young son, also sitting at one of the tables, and he's just kind of chatting with her as he's handing her various things from the kitchen. As he's talking to them, kind of wiping their table, filling up their glasses with water. They're okay glasses, though. They're not, like, super nice.
They're not fancy.
Yeah. So he sees you guys coming in. He's like, "Oh, hey, guys. You want to get in on this breakfast over here?"
Want me to eat that other person's breakfast?
Yeah,
We'll
I
take
want a
5.
grand slam. I want to, give this a go. I'm gonna sit over here by Percy.
Yeah, sure thing. Just take a seat. I'll
And
get
if
you
it's
in
solid,
just a
I'll
minute.
write about it in one of my books. And then for sure you're gonna take off.
Oh, I'm gonna hold you to that, Turner.
Tallahassee Turner and the Grand Slam breakfast.
Exactly.
So Ezra goes back and starts working in the kitchen again. Bustling around. He seems like he genuinely enjoys this work. Even though he's, from his remarks, it doesn't sound like he likes this town very much, but he seems like he really enjoys doing this, and it makes sense why he would kind of come all the way out here to purchase his own tavern. Anyways, so do you guys go sit down at a table?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
we
yeah.
want to go sit with Percival, if there's room.
All right. Yeah, there's room. You guys all,
Squish in.
yeah, squish in around the table. Percival gives you a nod. Gentlemen,
Morning, Percival.
hope that you all slept well.
Yeah, I slept real well.
Oh, I slept well. It was
Thanks.
good.
Thanks for keeping watch.
Oh, if not anything, I've always been one to try and pull my weight. He takes some notes that he's writing, and he takes them and puts them, as you guys come over, he kind of gathers them up and puts them into his satchel that he has off to the side on the floor. Oh. So, gentlemen, we have a plan for today.
We got a plan.
I think we need to head up to that cemetery. ASAP. After we eat our breakfast, of course. What do you guys think?
Right. Of course.
Wait, is that lady and her son sitting with Percival? Is he talking to him?
No, they're over at their own seat. Denny was the one over talking to the woman and her son, as he was just kind of helping.
I'm gonna
them
go
out.
talk. I'm gonna go talk to the lady and the son real quick.
Okay.
Excuse me, ma'am.
Yes. How are you doing?
Hello, ma'am. My name is Dr. Simeon Can't Stand Your Bits, and you are?
Hello. How do you do? Delilah Bevins. Nice to meet you.
Well, nice to meet you too. I'm sure I'll learn your name sometime. Anyways, are you from this town?
Yes, I am. Lived here my whole life.
Nice.
Are you new to town?
Yeah,
did
we're
you
just
move
visiting
here?
right now. Just taking the sights in. We
Visiting.
heard there's some witches around here, and just
Oh no, you're at the wrong Salem for that.
oh, this is New Salem. Anyways,
I thought you said you came here looking to see the sights. I thought maybe you took a wrong turn.
oh no, there's some sights here. You're quite the sight.
Oh. She blushes.
Roll for
when you
sexy
say that.
dance.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm snapping my suspenders as I am speaking to her. So
course.
just out of curiosity, we've just been talking to people, hearing some funny rumors about phantom fires, weird monsters in the forest. I'm just trying to get my story straight here. Like, what's
Monsters?
going on? Do you notice anything weird going on in this town?
Well, I mean, I guess I've been here my whole life, so weird, I guess, is a relative term, you know?
Yeah,
But,
continue.
I mean, it's a different place here. It seems like there are always kind of a few odd things going around.
What makes it so different? What are some of these odd things that are going around?
I don't know, just the people here are a little bit, people say they're a little strange. Yeah, I guess you just say the people in New Salem they're not exceptionally friendly folk.
All right then. Can I roll psychology to see if she's hiding anything from me?
Yeah, go for it.
64 out of 75. Success.
Success. You don't get any sense that she's not telling the truth. She seems to be pretty open, pretty genuine. Seems like a pretty genuine person.
All right. Well, I just got one more question for you then. Is there any place in particular you think we should stay away from while we're here?
What does he mean about monsters, Mom? What is he talking about monsters?
Oh, he's just being silly, hon. This is Zachary.
I'm my
son.
psychologist, Zachary. Mind your business.
Oh, wow. That's like a fake doctor, isn't it?
It's a soft science.
Listen here, you little twerp. I'm just kidding.
Zachary, shh. That's not nice. But everyone knows it's a soft science. Shh, I know.
I'll pretend I didn't hear that.
Just like when you tripped in the woods.
Yeah.
Simmy, get back over here. We're getting ready to leave.
Yeah, we're gonna head out.
We're written ready to leave.
We're getting ready to leave.
Oh, thank you so much for your time. You're quite good looking, and your son's a douche. All right, we're out of here.
She is actually quite pretty.
Dibs.
She has sandy blonde hair, large dark eyes. She looks like she's in her late to mid 20s or so.
Is she married? Are you,
It was
are you
nice
married
to
by
meet
any
you.
chance?
Simeon. I'm a widow.
Oh, I'm so sorry to hear that.
But not that sorry.
Thank you.
All right, well, enjoy your Grand Slam breakfast, and we'll see you later.
Thank you. Yes, it was nice to meet you. Doctor, what was it?
Simeon can't stand your bits.
Simeon. Nice to meet you.
No, say my last name.
Can't stay in the car.
Yeah.
Zing.
She's all right.
Close enough.
You're all right, lady.
You're suffering from some mental stuff. But, you know, that's Franjus McBasketballs.
Ramazewski.
All right, so we want to head over to the cemetery.
I think so.
Yeah.
Looks like it's up on the northwest part of town, based on this beautiful map we have.
So while we're driving over there in the back of the truck, I'm gonna make this metal box into like a makeshift backpack, where it kind of comes up over my head, and I can open up the lid and let out the deadlight any moment I want.
Okay.
Just like pull a string and
Yeah,
Tallahassee
pops
can't
up
take
in the
it
lid.
anymore.
Hold a
Yeah.
string.
Maybe we shouldn't
Yeah.
let Tallahassee have the box.
Just let me
Yeah,
carry
I
the
hope
box.
you guys realize that, like, if you do that, you're gonna pop open, and the first thing it's going after is you.
Your head. Right above your head.
It's gonna be like pulling a parachute. You, like, pull it, like a parachute pops out, and just engulfs you.
Just drapes over you.
Except for a parachute, it's gonna
All
be
right.
a killer light.
Of the back.
Okay, so what are you guys doing exactly? Are you finishing up your Grand Slam? Are you guys still at the
Done.
at the
Yeah,
table?
we haven't left yet, but that's what
Okay.
we want to do, is finish up our Grand Slams and then head over to the cemetery.
Okay. As you're getting up, as you guys are getting up and starting to head out, Dr. Simeon,
Yes.
you notice Delilah. She gets actually kind of a look on her face as you're getting up, and she kind of glances over at you a couple times as you're getting up to leave. And she says something to her son, and then she gets up and kind of walks over to you, a little awkwardly, a little hesitantly. And goes up to you and she says, Simeon, I did just actually think of something. You were asking about just strange things.
Yeah.
I don't know if this means anything, but my friend Hannah Russell, she lives in one of the farms on kind of a little ways out from here up to the out to the west. But I haven't seen her in a while. She usually makes a trip into town every few weeks, but I haven't seen her for I don't know. I haven't seen her or her family hasn't made a stop into town for a little while. I can't really think about how long, but it just crossed my mind. It's been longer than I would think. I can't remember the last time I saw them, actually, is why it seems strange. But I don't know if that's something that you're wondering about or looking for, but I don't know. If you're heading out that way, maybe you could check in on them.
All right, point at this map where her house was.
So the farmsteads aren't going to be in. This is the town proper.
Okay.
They're going to be out in the outskirts, like is what. So like, remember you guys passed one farm on your way in when you left Jameson's cabin.
This
Yeah,
is to
the
the
Laytons.
west, right? She said go to.
Yeah.
Russell
So if you
Farm
see
is to the west.
there's a road leading off to the west there. So if you take that. Yeah, she explains, like, if you take the road out of town to the west,
Into the
that heads
trees.
out, and yeah, there's a couple farms out that way.
Okay.
Would you say Do you think this Hannah may have bought the farm?
Real sensitive, Major. Sorry about him. I'm
Yeah.
really sorry about Bakersfield.
No, but it is a little bit strange. I mean, the farmers out there, they don't come into town a lot. But I mean, they do make trips in to pick up supplies and things like that, but I can't remember the last time I saw her. I am actually a little bit worried about her.
Well, you're a smart lady, noticing people's habits and whatnot. Here's my card. My wife knows the deal.
Oh yeah, you're married. I forgot. Married
your
Beth,
wife?
Beth, Beth.
Oh, you're married.
think-
Oh, of course you are.
She knows
So,
the deal. Anyways,
handsome.
She's got the hots for you.
I think Tallahassee's the only one that's not married, except for you're technically married, but your wife got eaten by witches.
Yeah, my wife is legally dead. Dom,
I don't think I'm married either.
Very sensitive.
Dom's wife
Billy's
is
not.
legally
Billy,
dead. And
Billy's
Billy's
a
not-
young whippersnapper.
Okay. Well, thank you, Simeon, and I hope that helps.
oh yes, it does help. We will look into Hannah, see what's going on with her, if anything's going on with her, and anyways.
Tallahassee opens the box and just lets himself be consumed.
I knew it.
He can't take anymore. As he just pops the top. Out comes that. It just explodes.
Holy crap!
Bakersfield's
Like a Jack in the Box.
comment was just the last straw. He puts the box on his head.
I crawl inside of it.
He does a one-use magic trick, just opens the box and disappears inside.
Oh, well, all right.
All right, let's get. All right, did you hear what Mrs. Bevins said?
I pop my head around the
Yeah,
back.
she kind of
the
nods
truck.
to you. She nods to your guys' friends, or to your friends, kind of a little awkwardly, and heads back over to her table.
Wait, is Tallahassee Turner married?
No.
Maybe I am, maybe I'm not.
Okay,
He's
you
married.
guys are married.
He's married
Not on
to
this
his work.
continent.
Yeah, my wife's legally
He's
dead.
married to adventure.
Oh, they're dead. Your wife and kid are dead.
My wife was killed by Vikings.
Very sorry to hear that.
True story.
It's a true story.
Tallahassee Turner and the Viking widowing.
the Viking widow.
The Viking and the Viking widowing. Yeah, shut up.
All right.
All right, so you guys, you gather up your things. He gathers up the satchel, throws it over his shoulder. He follows you out. You guys walk out, heading over to your truck. So who is doing what? Billy McConnell, you're driving?
Billy's driving again.
Shotgun.
Just like usual. Okay.
Dibs.
All right, so Billy McConnell, you walk over and you pop open the driver's side door. You open it up. When you do that, something swings out from the inside of the cab and flies towards your face. It's some sort of hairy blur as it flies right towards your face. And you kind of, flinch back, dodge out of the way a little bit. What you guys see, and Billy McConnell, once your eyes focus on it as it's swinging toward you, you see big open eyes, teeth, fur just flying towards your face. But before it can come in contact, it actually then stops and swings back. And once you can kind of focus on it, you realize it is a cat. But it is hanging from a thin rope that's been rigged up inside of your truck.
Somebody hung a
And
cat?
it's dead. Its eyes are bulging, its mouth is open, its tongue is sticking out, and it's hanging from the inside of your truck.
Oh, what in the? Oh, what is this?
very
Put
old.
this in here. Oh gosh, gave me a heart attack.
Guys,
Check this out, fellas. Somebody hung a cat in our truck.
I didn't want to say anything
Disgusting.
just until I didn't want to say
Does it
anything.
look fresh?
It looks fresh, yes.
Like that day or then overnight?
Like it was, killed very recently.
Oh man. I think I know who's messing with us.
Where's that Ike character?
Dirtbag Ike
Maybe
probably
we
hung
should
us on
go
our truck.
teach Listen.
With the dead lad.
Climb up, cut it
So
out.
I just noticed something. I'll look on the camera here. So Let's see. Let me. All of you guys make a psychology roll except for Dr. Simeon.
Yeah, 22 psychology. Success.
I got
for,
a 56
Billy.
out of 61.
I got 64 out of 40.
Success.
I rolled an 11 out of 10.
Bakersfield, you succeeded.
No, I failed.
Okay. Tallahassee and Billy. As this is happening, and you guys and Billy, you're kind of talking about it and like, whoa, what's going on? Tallahassee, you guys both see Dr. Simeon. Like, he looks alarmed. Like, the rest of you guys have kind of recovered, and Dr. Simeon looks very disturbed.
Dr. Simi, here. Let me draw a symbol on your forehead and open this box. It'll all be over soon.
Which, if you guys had seen Donovan's actual face on the camera, that's actually what I'm basing this on.
Oh, yeah?
Simi,
Hey,
you all right
Sammy,
there?
what's going on, man? Does this mean something to you?
Well, I didn't really want to say
It's
anything.
just a dead cat.
What, you never see a dead hanging cat before?
No, but anyways, yeah, I don't want to say anything to you guys, but I had a dream last night. Tried to ignore it. It was one of those dreams that kind of felt real, but
I'm being chased by the spider creature again, trying to escape. There are weird glowing crystals all around. The creature jumps on me, and just as it hits, I'm blasted into outer space again. It's dark, pitch black. No, wait. There are points of light. I think they're stars. Little sparkles of light all over, like stars of different colors. Off to the west, I see a mass of red stars all clumped together. Wait, I'm not in outer space. I'm hovering above a small town. It's nighttime, full dark, but I see the stars below me. I descend down. I see Denny's. There's a few lights in there. One light, sickly pale, silver white. It's terrible. I don't look at it. I look away. And I see my truck. An off-greenish purple light is moving away from it. There's someone in my truck. They're trying to steal it. Wait, it's not a person. It's a cat. The cat would drive it, but it's dead. It's a dead cat. But it turns and looks at me. It opens its mouth and says, Carcosa.
and then I wake up.
Carcosa?
What does Carcosa mean?
Is that like Spanish or something?
Doesn't mean anything to me. But that's pretty creepy. You having a dream about this exact thing. I mean, that's like wackadoo.
That's why I didn't really want to say anything. Kind of freaking me out right now that there's a dead cat swinging in the back of our truck.
Did you notice, like in your dream, could you tell who had put it there, or was it just already
No,
there?
that was the thing in the truck. It was the dead cat.
What does that word mean?
Yeah, what kind of language is that? I mean, I know from my many
Percy,
travels.
you ever heard that
but
word?
Do you know?
Carcosa?
Is there a library in town?
Well, it sounds Latin, and I know Latin, so can I roll just to see what it is?
Yeah, go for it.
The only language I know is English.
Yeah.
That's 94 out of 31. Duh. I love it.
Latin skills.
You have no idea.
So, what do you think, if anything, what do you think that means? Just weird coincidence? I mean, based on everything we've gone through, I don't know if there are coincidences, but that's one tripped out dream.
This is definitely a sign, boys.
How many breakfasts did you eat?
4 grand slams.
How much acid did you trip last night?
4 grand slams worth.
4 grand slams.
Yeah, Percy, you recognize that language at all?
Language.
Carcosa?
I can't say I do. Look, gentlemen, I think I believe what this means is we have probably run afoul of some of the locals. So, perhaps we tread lightly, maybe watch our backs, but I think that's all this is. So, and Percy actually, he pulls out a knife out of his pocket. He reaches up and he cuts the cat down, cuts the rope, and just kind of throws it off to the side. Says, gentlemen, I believe that we have things to do, so without further ado, shall we? Snap to, gentlemen.
Yeah.
Yeah, get in the truck. Let's get out of here. Is there any...
So, feeling a little bit shaken from the events just now, with the shock of the cat alone, obviously, which is probably what it was intended to do. And then with Dr. Konstantinovit's revelation of his seemingly prophetic dream, you all pull the truck around, you flip into reverse, drive forward, and start heading towards the graveyard. The graveyard is located on the northwest outskirts of town. So you guys take the road, heading out that way. You know, there's a kind of a little paved cobblestone area that's in the center of town, and then it quickly goes back to just dirt road tracks as you are heading up that way. It's still raining lightly from the night before. You guys are all kind of thinking, lost in thought a little bit. You round a bend. It's pretty wooded. I mean, this whole area is quite a forested area. You're right in the middle of a forest down in this area. So the dirt road winds through the trees outside the west side of town, and then kind of swings back around, heading north again.
Say, so Billy, what screwed you up? I mean, the rest of us all have a reason to be here. Simmy's brother got sucked into a mirror. Tallahassee's insane.
So, I never had anything like that happen to me, because, you know, if you remember, I was just the beat cop that got called to Corbett's house when you guys were trying to break in. You remember that? And then it was like this crazy crap going down, and I could tell that my captain was being weird about it all. And then I got sucked in, and here I am.
Do you have a wish that maybe you had just smiled and nodded and...
Now I followed you idiots around, yeah. I wish I just followed the captain, left it alone. I mean, I lost half my mind at this point and been party to, you know, murdering that girl. I don't know if I'll ever get over that. I'm supposed to uphold the law. And this is like, it's totally messed me up.
I'll get you through it, Billy.
I don't know. I need Konstantinovitz. I really do. I gotta get, as soon as we get this taken care of, man, I gotta get in and have some visits with you, because I'm just struggling.
No worries. We'll get you looked at.
So you guys round a bend in the trees, and looming up ahead of you, you see a stone wall stretching around the cemetery, with a large iron gate that the road leads right up to. There's a little bit of kind of a dirt parking area outside. Looks like a few other people have been, you know, that would congregate out here in front. But it's a large iron gate, iron bars, for this old cemetery. It looks like it's been here for quite a while. So as you guys all pile out of the truck, climb out, head towards the cemetery, head towards the gates. They're not locked or anything. You just push them open, they squeak and protest loudly as you progress into the cemetery. And it looks about what you'd expect from any cemetery for a town on its last legs. Neglected, overgrown, unkept, though with a few notable exceptions. First of all, it's a lot larger than one would expect from a place the size of New Salem, as if a plague had swept through and wiped out a sizable portion of the population, or that the town just had a long-standing plague of bad luck. Secondly, there are quite a few above-ground tombs on the north side of the cemetery, which you don't usually see this far inland or away from more affluent areas. There's a light rain, there's a breeze blowing through the trees. There's a couple trees here inside the grounds of the cemetery that have grown up, pushed up some of the grounds. Even some of the gravestones are little askew from the roots that have displaced them. What do you do?
Do the bigger tombs that are outside of the ground have names and stuff on them that we can go look at?
So, Major Bakersfield, you head over to the north side of the cemetery, and there's, like I said, there's a lot more tombs than you would expect from a graveyard out here in the middle of nowhere. So as you're kind of walking down, glancing at them, they look like they're in kind of various states of repair. Some of them a little more run down, maybe some of them a little more old. Not many of them look like they've been maintained very well. But the names you see on the various tombs are Harding, Porter. There is a crumbling one that looks like it's collapsed in on itself, but you see the name carved into one section that is still standing. It says Warthrop. And then you see Prentice, Warren, and Faust is the last one on the end.
So Warthrop, Faust, or what came before Faust?
Prentice, Warren, and
Prentice,
Faust.
Warren, and Faust.
So Tallahassee's gonna climb on top of the truck again. I leave the deadline in the back of the truck. I'll climb back. I climb on top of the box truck.
Mm-hmm.
Can I roll a spot
Keep a
hidden
lookout.
on the Warthrop mausoleum or whatever you were calling these things? I failed.
I'd like to do the same. I succeeded.
Yeah, you guys see
8.
Percival, and he walks over to the Warthrop tomb, and he's kind of looking over it. Looks a little lost in thought.
I succeeded my spot hidden. I rolled an 8. That's an extreme success.
Hey guys, I found the Warthrop tomb over here. Come check this out.
Yeah, Dominic. Looking at it, it looks like it's collapsed. It's collapsed in on itself. Part of the door is still standing. That's where you see the name, but the rest of the walls and everything have collapsed in on it. It's hard to see just how it did. I mean, a lot of these tombs, like, they're old, but they're sturdy. I mean, most of them are all solid stone construction. But it's collapsed in on itself. It's broken down. You don't see anything particularly alarming or strange about it, aside from the fact that it's collapsed at all.
Was this like this when you were last here?
Yes.
Do you
Yes,
know what
it was.
happened to it? You know why it's in this state and the rest of them are normal?
I do. I believe it was destroyed on purpose.
By whom?
By people that did not like or did not want to see it open again.
Open again.
And those who also had grown tired of the Warthrop presence in New Jerusalem prefer not to remember its legacy.
So I just had an idea, guys. I was looking at these letters from Corbett to Mordecai Shep, and it gives dates on there when they were looking around for a new spot for the laboratory. And it looks like they, got a plot of ground in the cemetery around June 6th or 1917. So I think we should go around looking for headstones with 1917 on the date of death. And then see if we can narrow it down. See if we can find something that goes down in the ground somehow.
That seems
What do you think?
like a great idea to me.
All right, let's each take a row of headstones each. I'll start with the first row.
I'll start with the second.
Hey, what are you guys talking about over there? What's going on? Can I do a spot hidden? Keep lookout.
Yeah, so as you guys are kind of, you do hear Percival kind of muttering to himself as you guys kind of are trailing off to go look around. He's still staring at the collapsed tomb and saying things like how is this possible? How is it possible that this has happened here again?
Hate to interrupt your thought, Purse, but what do you
Same
mean?
clues lead to the same places. How is it that these same creatures are here again by a different means? It's as if it was meant to happen, but that's foolish. Fate. What is that? Foolish. Sorry, what? Doctor, what? Sorry. I was just thinking.
Yeah, I heard you
to myself.
mumbling over there. What do you mean this is not... How is this possible?
All of these events, they do seem to border on the fantastic, wouldn't you say? I can't stand your bits.
Just about, yeah. So I was going over this news article again about the Phantom Fire, and it said it happened around the vicinity of the cemetery. Just kind of wondering if there would be any signs of that anywhere around here.
All right. Roll a spot hidden. I'm gonna give you a bonus die on that, Dr. Simi. Since you are looking for something specific.
Got a 10, 10, and a 0.
10, 10, and a 0.
That's a 10.
So that's a 10.
That's a
Yeah.
hard success.
Okay. All right, Dr. Simeon. Glancing around, looking for a sign of a fire, and being standing over here near the tombs, you notice that one of the tombs, the one on the end, actually seems to have some streaks going up above the edges of the door, of one of the doors, that kind of look like smoke streaks.
Check this out, Purse. What do you... Look at this door.
Yes, what
It has
about it?
smoke marks on it. Doesn't that look like smoke marks to you?
He kind of leans up, looking close, and he's like, yeah, that... I do believe that does. That is quite strange. I don't see... he looks at kind of the sides of the door. He's like, I don't see any sconces here for votive candles or a torch or anything, so it seems odd that this much smoke would have stained the edges of the tomb here.
That's what I was thinking. Can I open the door?
There's actually no handle on it.
So can I push it open?
The tomb is like a big tomb?
Yeah, like it's a tomb, like it's big
crypt?
enough. Yeah, like a crypt.
All right. So I push on the
name
door.
on
Does
this
it
one?
does it open?
No, it doesn't.
Hey, Druncard,
That's
What's the
me.
name?
you want to put your shoulder to good
The name on
use
this
and open this
tomb
door for me?
is...
We could push
You
on
remember
it
what
together.
happened last time he tried to do that?
Billy, are you over here, I guess?
I don't know.
Hey
did,
guys, come over here real quick. Let me
did
come
Quentin
check
stand
this out.
bits?
I got a lead on my Phantom Fire, I think.
Okay, so yeah, head
Did
over
you
there.
want to try and
Read the name on the tomb and the date.
Are there any kind of levers or anything attached to this crypt that we could try to maybe open the door with?
Is there a sign that says pull this lever, it'll open the
Yeah,
door?
are there any signs that say pull this lever?
Is there a bookcase there with books that we can pull on?
Yeah, there's a bookcase full of Tallahassee Turner books.
Oh my gosh. Tallahassee, what books?
Tallahassee Turner,
Tallahassee
the Phantom
and the
Fire
secret
grave.
tomb.
I pull on the book Tallahassee and the Secret Door.
So the name on this tomb says J.G. Faust, and the dates on it are 1790 to 1900. And then there's an inscription below it that looks like it's in Latin, and then there's like a compass symbol.
was 110 years
Yeah.
old.
1790 to 1900. 110
Well,
years
if it's
old.
a crypt, there could be multiple graves in there, depending on the size. Could be like a family crypt,
Should
but I
we-
guess it just has the one dude's name.
Push on the door as hard as we can.
So I think we need to get Tallahassee over here because if you guys remember in that letter, it said he was fond of Tallahassee's tales and he used an elaborate locking mechanism, supposedly from one of his books. So maybe
Faust did?
Tallahassee will have an idea.
Well, Corbett did.
Hey, Tallahassee!
Tallahassee!
I think we need your help. Why don't you get over here and take a look
Tallahassee.
at this?
Bring the deadlight.
Yeah, okay, hold your horses, gents. Not good at climbing down things.
Just move
Get
it
your
along.
bullwhip over here.
Hey,
Can I-
Doesn't he have to do a climb?
Yeah, make a climb check.
I knew I shouldn't have said that after. Can I do a spot hidden from up on top of the truck real quick? Just keep, looking for monsters and whatnot before I get down. 18.
Okay.
Success.
As you're watching, you're standing on top of the truck.
Yeah.
Okay. Coming up the road to the south, behind you, you do see another vehicle that starts to drive up. It's going.
Everyone on
It's going
alert.
very slowly. And basically, as it kind of comes up to the point where it can see you standing on top of the truck, it stops. Hey everybody, it's me, Alex, your keeper of arcane lore and his promises to release episodes consistently. So, bada bing, here is the proof. But sorry, we did release this episode a little bit later than our schedule is normally. I actually had a family emergency. I had to take my son into the hospital for emergency surgery. So it was pretty sketchy there for a little bit, but everything actually turned out great. Everything went really well. He is doing fine. He's good as new. He's up and running around. So everything's good there. We're back home. But yeah, it did set me back a little bit on things, but we're good to go. And as you can see, here's our episode. So sweet. So barring anything like that and me being able to keep all of my many children out of the hospital, we'll just keep on rolling along. So thank you guys so much for listening to this episode. We hope you liked it a lot, as much as we liked making it. Be sure to subscribe to the show, share it with your friends, so we can get lots more fans out there listening. Leave us a review wherever you can, wherever you found the podcast, and don't forget to go over and check us out on patreon.com/the Arkham Files. Sign up over there and you can get all sorts of cool stuff. One thing I forgot to mention before, any of the handouts that we're using, like the photos that the guys found in the last episode, we're actually post those up on Patreon, so you can take a look at the handouts and the photographs, which are pretty cool. I made all the handouts and everything, and they're pretty cool looking, if I do say so myself. You heard the guys' reaction on here, and they're like, mind blown. You hear their mind blown, audibly. It's late. I'm really tired. It's been a bit of a week. Go to Patreon, get stuff. We've got a bunch of free episodes, bonus episodes, not free episodes. You gotta pay for those episodes, homie. Bonus episodes. We have a whole scenario we've played through that's good. We do recap shows where we talk about the scenarios we played. Check it out. I got nothing left. I'm worn out. I'm exhausted. It's late. I will catch you next time. Keep listening, share, do cool things, stay crazy. Peace out, homies.